What up, everybody? This is Mark from Suicide Silence.
And this is Brian Fair from Shadows Fall.
This is Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia Murder here.
Yo, this is Gary Hall from Exodus and recently retired from Slayer, and
Hello, this is Becky Boulder from Hamburg Rebel and Fury.
Hey, this is Charlie with Anthrax. I just want to give a shout out to Pedal to the Metal Radio, the podcast.
The podcast to get all your rock and metal news plus reviews.
Keep it metal. Pedal to the Metal Radio, motherfuckers!
What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Eddie Monza here. And unlike most news publications, I do sometimes like to do puff pieces. That's what they call it in the industry when you report on something that isn't about sex, drugs, and violence, this and that of that nature. Nah, we want to do a good story. And I've been trying to prove for a long, long time, dude, that heavy metal is indeed a great thing. And that brings me to this news story that I heard about how Metallica saved somebody's lives.
And we're starting with a family that says they were saved by heavy metal. Just this month, Metallica was rocking with thousands of fans over at Lane Stadium. And now one family is calling that concert life-saving. WDBJ7's Austin Hicks tells us that even though they didn't get to see the band in person, the show put them in that right place at the right time.
Watch what the sky
Hi, James, Lars, Kirk, and Robert. My name is Madeline McKee. I'm 14 and in the 8th grade in Virginia.
Meet Madeline, a 14-year-old Metallica fan who was introduced to the rock and roll superstars through her father and a popular TV series.
My dad used to listen to it a lot when I was younger, and then when Stranger Things, like season 4 had came out, they had Eddie playing Master of Puppets.
See, a fantastic thing that Stranger Things did for the band Metallica. This girl is evident, right? Bringing metal to new ears, okay? Clearly, she's a huge Stranger Things fan like I am. Big Eddie Munson fan like I am, and as we all know, he did Master of Puppets on in the season.
And that was mostly when it started like a lot more for me.
Madeline wanted nothing more than to see Metallica live. However, that dream faded to black when
Did you see that? See what he did there? Every smart reporter. Faded to black. Fade to black. There you go.
Driver slammed into her home at 2 a.m. the day of the concert.
Do you want to sit up? And he was like, nah, I think I'm just going to go on to bed. And I said, okay, I'll go on to bed too. And then just a few hours later, we heard a loud explosion, glass shatter, and it was just madness from that point on.
Can you imagine that? Usually, right? I don't know what is in this galaxy, what is in this world, right? Is there a God? Is there not a God? I'm not here to answer any of that. But it just makes you wonder what in the hell is going on, right? What exactly is it? Because we're such creatures of habit, right? We have routines that we go through. We never try to disrupt any of those routines. And then all of a sudden, one night, right, you're like, you know what? And I get it. Because I feel like I need a good day's rest before I go to a concert now. That's how old I am. You know what I mean? Like, because otherwise I'm going to be a grumpy bitch going to a concert. So I get it, right? They decided, let's not stay up. Let's just go to bed. We got a long day ahead of us, right? We're going to be going to this amazing Metallica show. Let's be well rested. That way we can think better, when we're there. And then all of a sudden, 2 a.m., a truck crashes through your house into the very room that y'all would have been sitting in watching TV at night, knowing that you should be in bed getting a good night's rest.
Normally, Madeline's parents would be up watching TV in the living room, but that night they decided to hit the bed early to prepare to see Metallica the next day, a decision that may have saved their lives.
Oh, it saved their lives. For sure.
We were so fortunate that that night my daughter could have walked down that hallway and found us in the rubble. And, you know, I thank God every day, and Metallica.
You know, there is nothing more horrible than that kind of a scene. You wouldn't want that for anybody. You know what I mean? I don't care who it is.
For saving us, because that's exactly what did it.
After processing the damages to her home, Madeline felt compelled to reach out to the band, typing this letter.
She types up a letter thanking the band, things of that nature. It is a crazy story, dude. It really is. It's again, like I said before, what is going on in the universe? I remember there've been times, you know, I don't want to stretch this story, you know, too much, but there are times where I'd be at a traffic light, and first instinct, I always used to press on the gas, right? And I'd fucking haul ass, put pedal to the metal, as they say. And then one time I decided not to. I don't know why. I know this traffic light like the back of my hand. I've used it so many times. And then all of a sudden, an 18-wheeler working for Coca-Cola, by the way, drives right by. And I was like, holy shit. If I had gone through, Coca-Cola would have killed me. My biggest addiction in life is Coca-Cola. Go figure, right? That was probably a sign telling me that I shouldn't drink any kind of soda, nevertheless. But yeah, this is one of those stories, man, that you wonder, dude, what is going on in the universe that makes us make these decisions? And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, that was a close call. Well, I'm glad you guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'm glad you did. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We appreciate every subscriber we get. We're trying to bring as much content as we possibly can. And now that I've figured out this software, there's going to be a lot of content coming, hopefully, for all you guys out there. Thank Saint Metallica for everything. And we'll see you guys next time. Remember, stay metal, stay true. See you next time.